Welcome in to week 14 of the BDE Fantasy League Football Podcast. I am Devin.
I am Gifford.
And we are here ready to break down everything that happened in week 13 and moving into week 14.
Huge implications, guys.
Massive. I'm so excited for this week. Man, if you can't tell, I have goosebumps just waiting to see what happens.
And I got my popcorn ready.
Oh, man. All right, so going over last week. If you don't remember, I'm just going to remind everybody, I needed me, Brittany, Scott, Gifford, and Omar all to win. And lo and behold, all 5 of those people won.
You're welcome, buddy.
Oh, man. This is incredible. A small miracle just to push me closer to the playoffs. And, well, speaking of those 5, that means I went 5-0 in our predictions last week, bringing me to 45-20. Unfortunately, Gifford also picked the same 5, and now we are both 5-0. He is at 43-22.
Still 2 games back.
Still 2 games back, meaning I still get dinner right now.
Yes.
But we'll see where that ends up, actually. So yeah, last week went really well. This week, I'm hoping goes just as well. These are my picks for week 14. I need me to overcome Apple this week. I need to beat him. He has a bunch of players on bye. I need to just take him out. What about you? Who do you have in that one?
It's a tough decision, but with the amount of buys that Apple has, I think that's too much to overcome. And if Brittany gets the job done, somehow, some way, the commish will be the 6th seed in the playoffs.
Golly, what a day. So yeah, I'm going with me. And then in the next one, Brittany versus Tommy, I am going to go with Brittany. I am hoping that Brittany can take this on. We did just watch just watched the Thursday night football game where again Jacobs went off. It's not looking great, but I still believe in Brittany's team. I still believe in you, Brittany. I need you to get this done.
Again, I think Tommy just doesn't have the firepower to win that game. I think Brittany's gonna win. She has a fully healthy team, and it's looking pretty dim for Tommy right now. Not enough firepower to compete with that team. Not
at all. I think his team is going to be done after this week. I think he's in the consolation bracket, and man, I can't wait. Up next, we have a pretty easy one, if I do say so myself. It's Gifford versus Eric. Sorry, Eric. You're going to have, one win for the entire year. Gifford is going to beat you this week.
I sadly agree, Eric. And like we mentioned last week, going 1-13. What are the odds?
Minuscule.
And
yeah.
I'm, again, going to etch my name into the history books, the first team to get double-digit wins in a row.
That's wild. That's really good.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, actually.
But these games don't matter. Next week, it starts over again.
Next week, it starts to matter. Well, it doesn't matter much for you because you have a bye.
Because this is a phantom belt, and I want the real one.
If we even get a belt, we have to decide on whether or not we're getting a belt.
Trophy's so stupid. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it right now, guys. The trophy's stupid.
We'll put it to a vote. Trophy or belt. We'll see.
Apple and Bernie want a trophy. Apple's not going to be in there. Shut up.
Doesn't matter. They could always get in there in the future. Anyway, on to Scott versus Omar. And this one, honestly, it doesn't matter to me much, but it will matter to them a lot. These two are both going for a bye in the playoffs. And, well, I think Scott takes it. I think Scott is getting that first round bye.
It was going to be a little bit harder for me to think about this matchup because they're pretty evenly matched if you look at both teams. But after witnessing Thursday Night Football, Derek Carr put up 2.5 points, 147 yards, 2 interceptions.
Jeez.
And Devontae Adams only had 3 catches for 71 yards. So, unfortunately for Omar, he's going to have to play in the first round of the playoffs, and Scott, somehow, some way, is going to get a first round bye sitting next to me.
I'm really proud of Scott. I'm really happy.
Me too. He's made some great moves. He got the running back from the Jets. I really like
Zonovan.
Zonovan.
Yeah. Zonovan Knight.
He made up for that Kenneth Walker trade, and he's starting to pick up players that ahead of time are starting to meet their projections. I dropped Rashad White. I regret it. He picked up on it, and he picked up Christian Watson. Probably the biggest pickup of the season for Scott.
Yeah, picking up your scraps. It's paying off.
That, honestly, Scott, hint, hint, that should be your keeper. Christian Watson is a stud. 8 touchdowns in 4 games. But that's for later.
We'll look over those.
We don't need a spoiler right now.
We'll go in the offseason, look at keepers and whatnot.
Yeah.
But, yeah, in that game, I'm going with Scott. I'm really excited to say that. I don't know if he's had a bye before. I will need to fact check that. I don't know.
This is going to be my first time having a bye, for sure.
That's exciting for you. I'm really proud of you.
I'm more nervous than excited.
Man, I hope you score way too much next week. All right. In the final one, Tatani, I think that you are going to beat Zach. Zach just... His team isn't great, and we've seen it over the past couple weeks. His team has come down from his mid-season spike. And, yeah, Tatani, you are going to be in the playoffs.
I think Tatani's already a lock for the 5 seed. And
just about.
This game is not important for him. I would like to see Zach end up on a good note, just for the fucks of it. But I think Tatani's gonna win this week, and Zach just got to do better next year. You're lucky you didn't get last with how the matchups faced. Yeah,
no, Zach, you're lucky. I think all of us are lucky that we had a 1-win team in this league. But yeah.
But technically, Eric has scored more points than Zach.
That's wild.
But Eric has scored 30 more points, so technically Eric could have 4 wins this season.
The scoring has been just ridiculous in all sorts of way. I'm not gonna bring it up, but I was 5th in scoring. I still am. So
I think I was.
You're first by about 200 points. So
I know. Sorry, little jab, guys.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's how this week is gonna go. That's how this week, I hope, goes, actually. So yeah, anything you have to say about the matchups?
Nope, we're gonna go into booms right now.
Boom. I am going to start at quarterback. Actually, we're gonna go over last week's. Okay, so last week I picked Trevor Lawrence as my boom quarterback. He did not hit that expectation.
No, it was about his performance was equivalent to his Subway sandwich. Shitty.
It was shitty.
Yeah. Shitty and dry.
18 points. It was not good. It was QB 15, middle of the pack.
But it wasn't even that runny shitty. It was like, when you get shit stuck to your underwear, that dry shit.
Ooh,
that annoying, post-workout. Oh. You let one rip and you thought it was a fart. Kind of shit.
Oh man. Yeah, QB 15. I am taking that as an L. I don't like his performance. I picked the wrong guy. What about you? Who'd you pick last week?
I think I picked...
You picked Gino.
I did pick Gino, and Gino played well, like I expected him to, against a battered Rams defense. And what was he, top
3?
Top 3? Really?
He was quarterback 3 on the week.
Wow. So, Gino, I'm proud of you, and they wrote you off, and you didn't write back.
That's all you can say about that. He has been great all year.
Phenomenal. I'm happy for him.
You called that game, and, well, you got it. That's a W for you. Up next, we have our running backs. So we are going to go, or I went, at least, with Aaron Jones last week.
How'd that go, buddy?
It went poorly. Let me just tell you that much right now. He got 7 points last week. I thought that he was going to ball out against the Chicago Bears because that's what he did in week 2. He had 30 points against the Bears last time they played.
Mm-hmm.
It did not happen this week. He was running back 33.
Just like his jersey number.
Right, yeah, look at that.
Look how ironic.
Yeah, amazing. I'm so proud of him. 7 points against the Bears. That is a big ol' L for me. Another one for me.
Well, for me, mine didn't do much better. A little bit better than Devin's. I picked Miles Sanders against the Tennessee Titans, and he got himself a whopping 10 points. He got into double digits. He scored a touchdown late in garbage time, but not a great performance by Miles Sanders.
Nope. And, well, like I said last week on the podcast, it was because of his quarterback. His quarterback was the QB1 on the week because he took away all of Miles Sanders' rushing.
I'm going to swallow my pills right now. Let's just say QB1 of the year.
QB1 of the year. Not by points, technically, but QB1 in my heart.
Who's one? Is this Josh?
I want to say it's Mahomes.
Oh, it is Mahomes.
Mahomes is still number one, unfortunately. But there's still a few more weeks to go. I still believe in Jalen. I'm happy with his performance right now. I called him, top 3 in the very beginning of this year. And that's right where he sits. So
I'm going to eat my words. I doubted him, so.
Never doubt him.
He didn't write back.
All right.
Wide receiver.
Wide receiver. So last week I said Jamar Chase was coming back with a vengeance. He came back with a, what would you call that? A whimper?
A little kitty splash.
Yeah, little kitty splash. He got 13 points. He was the wide receiver 20 on the week. So technically a wide receiver 2, but that's not what we're going for here.
Not bad for your first game back though.
Yeah, not bad. I think he'll do better in the future. Brittany, he'll be great. Just keep him in your lineup.
I beat Devin. I picked Christian Kirk as a sleeper pick, and out of the shitty game that the Jaguars had, he was a lone bright spot. I think he scored a touchdown. He had 15 points, and 15 is greater than 13.
15 is greater than 13.
Yes, wide receiver 16.
I'll call that a W. I mean, wide receiver 16 was a wide receiver 2, but still 15. If my wide receiver got 15, I would have won even more because I did win last week. So it didn't really matter too much.
Can we add these to the prediction so I could catch up on? I think we'd be tied right now. We'd be tied.
I think you'd be stomping me if we did this every week. Yeah,
Really?
Unfortunately, yeah.
I just pick random players.
I'm not good at projecting who's gonna.
I know
have a good
Russell Wilson's my quarterback.
That was just that was a blind shot in the dark. God, Russell Wilson is another story.
He cooking.
Yeah. Tight end. Last week I went with Schultz. I thought that he would do really well with Dak. He was doing great at first, but he ended with 4 points. Tight end 19. How are you? I didn't even know there's 19 tight ends in the league. That's wild.
I didn't even know you could start off great and only have 4 points.
Yeah, well, it started off great since Dak has been back.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Not in the game, clearly.
Yeah.
He only had 4 points.
I was like, he was going off. I had a feeling.
Yeah, no, so tight end 19, yet another L. Yeah.
Not another L. You actually beat me. 4 is greater than 2. So Hayden Hurst, you got me 2 points and you got hurt. So get the fuck out of here, you ginger bum. Tight end 36.
Yikes. Yeah. That one was not good, but I have to give him a pass because he got hurt. I don't like counting hurt players as an L.
Hurst got hurt.
Hurst did get hurt.
Wasn't that one of your fantasy names this year?
Yes. Hurts me and hurts me some more.
Yeah.
Because I had Hurts and Hurt.
Yeah.
Hurst. Yeah. Anyway, on to week 14. I am going to go with Kirk Cousins at Detroit.
Kirko Bangs.
It is not a primetime game. That's essentially the end of my analysis. He is going in at 10 a.m. West Coast time against one of the worst defenses in the league.
I don't know if they're one of the worst defenses in the league anymore.
I mean, by fantasy standards, they give up a ton of points.
Sure.
So I think that Cousins is going to do well. Yeah, it's low-hanging fruit. He's facing Detroit. They are a divisional opponent, so who knows? Maybe they take him down.
I picked Dak Prescott against the Houston Texans. Now, if you want to talk about a weak defense,
yeah, talk about low-hanging fruit.
Yeah,
that's one right
we're
there.
talking about the Houston Texans. I think the Cowboys still need to catch up to the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC East, and they need to keep winning. So they're gonna stomp the Texans and just keep it moving.
Yeah, I mean, it like we said, Houston, it's low-hanging fruit. They get rolled over every week.
Yep.
And Dak is a great quarterback when he's on.
And the best player you had the past 10 years was a rapist, so.
There you go. All right.
We didn't say his name, though.
We didn't.
No, we're clear. We're clear.
Yeah. Sorry, Houston. All right.
Houston, we've got a problem.
Next up, wide receiver. I'm going with my own guy. I gotta Chris Godwin at San Francisco. That might sound like a tough pick, but San Francisco.
That's a tough pick.
San Francisco has been decently bad against wide receivers, fantasy wide receivers this year, which is interesting to say because I would not have guessed that. 13 targets in the last 2 weeks each for Chris Godwin, which, I mean, those are great numbers. That's what you want from a wide receiver 1 on your team.
Yes.
And unfortunately, he is my wide receiver 1 on my team.
Well, it's not unfortunate. He's a great receiver.
Man, it's taken him forever to come back, though.
Is it taking him forever to come back, or taking Brady forever to come back?
Yeah, the Buccaneers just have been kind of mid this year. I mean, they are mid, 6-6, but they are at the top of their division. So, yeah, I think he's going to continue that production. 13 targets both of the last 2 games. I think he's going to continue that.
For me, I picked Tyler Lockett against the Carolina Panthers, home team, and Tyler Lockett's been on a stretch lately. I think he scored
six in a row.
Either 5 or 6 touchdowns in the past 5 or 6 games.
Yep.
He's been on fire, and the Carolina defense has nothing left to play for this season. They're worthless. They're a bum franchise, and
wow, worthless.
They're worthless.
That's a big word, unfortunately.
You've seen Baker Mayfield win tonight.
Oh man, what a game! What a game, by the way. Congratulations, Baker. You needed that for sure. The last 2 seasons have not gone your way.
After leaving Carolina, CMC has a record-setting game after he leaves Carolina. So
yeah, just get out of Carolina.
Get out of Carolina.
DJ Moore, come on, leave.
I know.
You're
gonna pop off. You're gonna pop off.
Yep. All right. On to our next ones, running backs. I'm going with James Cook. All right. Actually, another guy that's on my team now. I did pick him up off the waivers. Finally used that first waiver spot. James Cook is the rookie. He's starting to prove himself. He did have that fumble week 1, but he's shown up recently.
He is Dalvin Cook's little brother.
Is it little brother or cousin?
I think they're siblings. I think they're brothers.
They're related.
Yes.
In one way or another. And I think he's going to keep on going. He's going to take the job from Singletary, and frankly, I need it if I'm going to make a playoff run.
Well, it's not hard to take the job from Devin Singletary, which hasn't been playing bad himself.
No, he's been good.
But it's time to move out of the way.
Yep.
For me, I think Isaiah Pacheco finally has a breakout game. He's going to go up against the worthless Denver Broncos this season. Let's hide. And he's scoring 20 plus this week.
Okay, that's what you mean by a breakout, because he has had 15 plus in the last 2 games.
No, this is to put the league on notice that he's the next. Who's the running back? The next Jamal Charles.
Ooh, that's big words right there.
Right.
We'll see. Good luck, Isaiah. Big shoes right there.
Yeah.
Up next, we have our tight ends. This week, I am going to go with TJ Hawkinson. I mean, I just went with Kirk Cousins with Detroit. I'm going with TJ Hawkinson against Detroit. Skull.
Yeah.
He has topped 8 thrice since joining the Vikings 5 weeks ago.
And he had that breakout game before he left the Lions, the 40-point game.
Yeah. No, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was against the Seahawks. So
yeah, we've allowed a couple of record-breaking games this season.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs and fucking Hawkinson.
I'm pretty sure Goff went up for 40 that game too. 45, I think, something like that.
It's been a fun year. It's been up and down for Seahawks, and I'm okay with that. So yeah, TJ Hawkinson, he hasn't been below 5 points since joining the Vikings.
Ooh.
And I think that's going to continue against Detroit.
For a tight end in our league, 5 points, anything over 5 points, you take it.
Exactly right. I just 5 points is great. Actually.
Right.
So, yeah.
My pick, I'm finally going to get a little homer here. I'm going with George Kittle. He needs to get back on track. He's had 2 bad games in a row. Hopefully, Brock Purdy will look his way a little bit more. Garoppolo was starting to stray away from him. Maybe it's because CMC demands a lot of attention. Who knows? But I think Kittle gets back on track, and I need him to catch a little bit of fire going into the playoffs. I need him badly.
I don't know how I haven't given this much thought, but man, they are loaded on offense.
Ayuk has come alive this season.
Ayuk is their 4th best player on
Yes.
offense. And, they have Debo, they have CMC, they have Kittle. That's just... How do you stop that?
CMC is basically the receiver at this point. His yards per carry isn't that great, but, I mean, if you check down to him, who's going to stop him downhill? So,
I'll tell you how you stop that. You have Brock Purdy be your quarterback.
Or you let CMC's knees get a little bit sore.
Right, yeah. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if Kittle's going to have a great game because he might be in there blocking even more because they have Purdy.
He either goes for 18 or 2, and I'll take the chances.
Yeah, that's all you can do with Kittle.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I'd do it.
Right.
He is still a top 3 tight end in the league. So,
Yep.
So on from that, we are going to move to our power rankings. And this week, instead of comparing to movies, instead of comparing to food, and instead of just talking about the teams, we are going to go with the playoff picture.
We're going straight to the meat.
Oh, man. Because this is pretty. This is a great week. I'm excited to share with you guys. So, excuse me. I'm going to have my trusty sidekick, my phone right here, as I read out the projections.
We're starting at number 9 because paintballs don't get mentioned.
Yeah, unfortunately, number 10 is Eric still.
I'm so sorry, Eric.
He's 100% locked in for 10th place. Speaking of 100%, at 9th, Zach, you are 100% 9th place in our league. Welcome to the league. Thanks for playing. 9th place.
You got 4 wins out of it, buddy.
Congrats. At 8, because I still have not jumped over anybody, I haven't technically made it into the playoffs yet. This is where it starts to get good. I have a 30% chance to make the 6th seed. Man, that is tough.
It is basically a fatal 4-way match between you, Brittany, Tommy, and Apple.
I'd say Tatani, Tommy, Apple, me.
Oh, yeah. But Tatani's clinched. Actually, it's a triple threat match. It's you, Tommy, and Apple.
Yeah.
It's a triple threat match.
Oh, man. It's going to be a fun week, and we all know that. So I also have a 24% chance for 7th, and my biggest chance is 8th because, if I lose this week, that's just locked in. 46% chance for 8th. At number 7, we have Matt Apple. He has a 7% chance to get the 5th seed. So essentially, you're fighting for the 6th seed, man. You are fighting to face whoever gets the 3rd place seed.
I don't think we've seen a team in recent history have such an up and down season as Matt Apple.
It's been a wild ride for him.
It's been absolutely wild. From scoring 170 to 70 to being in being in first.
First place. He was first in the power rankings.
All the way down in 7th.
Oh, man. I would hate to be you right now.
Yeah.
It's looking rough.
But we predicted it. Week 2, we said injuries and and just overthinking in general would make you slip, and that's what happened.
Yep. So, yeah. You are right there at 7th. 25% chance for 6th. 15% chance for 7th. And this is odd. 53% chance for 8th place in the league right now. And that's essentially just saying, like, my team usually scores more than your team usually does. So that's why the website that I'm using, the FFHub.com, I believe it is.
It's basically saying that if Tommy wins and you lose, you're basically 8th because Devin has more points than you.
Yeah, it's rough for you. So, yeah. 6th, Tommy, you have an 11.5% chance to get 5th place, the 5th seed in the league. A 32.5% chance for 6th. So as you said,
that's a triple threat match.
Oh man, it's a 3-way fight, 3-way battle for 6th place.
Yes.
Man, I want to be in the playoffs so bad, man. A 55.5% chance for 7th, and well, a 0.4% chance for 8th. So you're not out of 8th yet. Don't count your stars yet. All right. At 5th, we have Tatani. Now, he is basically the 5th seed. Like we said, it's a triple fight for the 6th seed. You have an 81% chance for the 5th seed. That's not to say that you can't be knocked out of the playoffs, though.
Really? I didn't know that.
Technically, there is a 5% chance.
So what would need to happen?
Oh, various things. I think Tommy would have to score a lot more points than Tatani does. And Apple would also have to win and score a lot more points.
Ooh.
So
makes sense.
You're in the playoffs. Let's not beat around the bush. Tatani, you're going to be in the playoffs.
Well, Zach's not beating you this week, so...
No. And very likely you will be in the 5th seed. At number 4, we put Brittany. Brittany, you have a 33% chance to be 3rd and a 67% chance to be 4th. It's really negligible. It's up to you. If you are winning, you can just sit the rest of your players if you want to lose. If you want to lose on purpose and get that 4th seed instead. Just look ahead to see who you want to play in the playoffs. And the choice is up to you, unfortunately. Mine and Apple's fates are in your hands.
Like we mentioned in the group chat, is it the alliance or is it the 6.5-year relationship? Stay tuned.
Answer correctly. Alright, at 3, we have Omar. Technically, he is 2nd in the standings, but here in the power rankings, he is 3rd.
Because this week I could just smell a dud.
Yeah, no, it's already starting out rough for you. 60% chance for 2nd, though, and this doesn't take into account any points that have already been scored this week. So the website says that you have a 60% chance for 2nd and a 40% chance for 3rd. You and Scott, as I mentioned previously, are fighting for that first round bye, that precious first round bye.
Yes.
Make it directly to the semifinals. Man, that is fantastic. It's a great spot to be in, but if you lose this week, it's going to be tough sledding for you. 40% chance for 3rd.
If you lose this week, Omar, you play either Tommy, Apple, or Devin.
Yeah. Scott, you are at 2nd. You have 40% chance to be the 2nd seed for a first round bye, a 27% chance for 3rd, and a 33% chance for 4th. So it's really up in the air. You have a 3rd chance for 3 different positions. So just win your match and you'll be in the best spot.
Right.
Finally, we're not going to spend a lot of time on this one. Gifford, you're 100% chance for the number 1 seed. There's no reason to move you anywhere in the power rankings. You are the number 1 team right now. So have a fun bye week next week.
None of this matters.
Yeah.
Guys, it's time to bitch.
It is time to bitch.
And I'm first to bat. I'm lead off here. Why is it every time I pick up a player off the waiver wire and then I drop them for not performing after 4 or 5 weeks, they just go off? I don't know what it is. It's like cat and mouse. It's trying to pick, who's real and who's fake.
It's a tough thing to do, and it happens to somebody every year. Whoever you have on your team, you drop them, and it's like the touch of God. If they are on your team for any point in the season, they're going to go off, and we should have been following that rule. The only one that has is Scott. Scott's picked up a couple of your scraps.
Yes, and has feasted off them.
Yeah.
I'll just say this. Some of the names, guys, I'm gonna list this off for you.
Please do.
And please add that to my starting lineup, as you guys are well aware of. Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson, Rashad White. I don't even want to name the rest. You guys go figure it out. Those are 3 guys that are now weekly putting up 15 to 30 points a game. And it's irritating. It's disrespectful. And I'm sick and tired of these Yahoo reports saying, "Oh, Solo's in love with Zach Wilson." And I'm like, okay, well, Wilson will pass to Wilson. Fuck you, Yahoo.
Oh no, my team is too good. Oh, what a shame.
It is a shame.
It is a shame now, because if you didn't drop those people, your bench would be loaded.
And the playoff picture might look a little bit different.
It might. But Apple, he pointed out something interesting. A couple injuries to your team? you're done. You're donezo.
I disagree.
It's over. Your bench is not that deep. It's just not gonna.
I agree on that part. If we're gonna dive in depth here, we'll have a little conversation.
Yeah.
If one of my receivers gets hurt,
Yep.
I really like one of the bright spots I held on to. I like Joshua Palmer. I believe in him. I trust him. Mike Williams could be out for the year.
Could be
at this point.
Yep.
And Keenan Allen has been okay. I think Joshua Palmer is a great wide receiver too. Yep. And if one of my running backs gets hurt, hopefully it's McCaffrey. I hope McCaffrey doesn't get hurt, but I picked up their backup.
Said hopefully McCaffrey.
Yeah. I mean, if he's going to get hurt, he gets hurt. I have his backup already right there. If one of the other guys gets hurt, Pollard steps up from flex and he starts. And then I'll throw in Palmer at flex. Okay. I'm okay. It's going to take 2 or 3 for me to really start to panic.
Okay. Yeah, we'll leave it there. I will mention real quick that I'm pretty sure I had J.K. Dobbins at one point.
You did?
Yeah. Also had Tyler Algier. Weird how that works. Yeah.
Well, I saw Devin starting to win, and I was like, I'll bite off the juice a little bit.
Yeah, no, I had those guys, but unfortunately I have to, win at some point.
Not gonna lie, I was surprised, getting off point here. I was surprised J.K. Dobbins was on waivers.
Yeah, no, it's rough. It's rough out there. That's just how it goes.
So guys, I'm okay. I'm fine.
We'll see. It has been a foregone conclusion for the entire season that you would be winning this league. I just want the chance to play you again. I don't know.
It'd be the rubber match, and we're 1-1 right now.
Yeah. If I end up making the playoffs, I will be the 6th seed. If I play the first round, it'll be against the 3rd seed. I will be beating them. After that, I will face the highest remaining seed. And who is that? The 1st seed, you. If I make it to the playoffs and I win my first round, I'm going to be facing Gifford, and I will be taking him out in the semifinals. Oh, I can't wait for that moment. I can't wait for the vindication that will bring. This entire year, I have been beaten down. I have been stomped in the dirt. But no.
Stealing my quotes now.
My team will continue to rise. I'll bring it back to that.
You know what? I hope you beat Apple.
Me too.
I hope you beat the 3 seed. Because I want to play you. You're the weakest team available, and I want to play you.
Bullshit.
That's an easy way to the championship. That's a cakewalk.
No, it's not.
That's light work.
Don't talk about that.
That's light work.
We have a 1-1 record against each other. My team is a Phoenix. We have risen. I don't care if we make the playoffs at this point.
You have risen the past 2 or 3 weeks of this season.
I have risen. Maybe not as fast or as mighty as I wanted to.
Is this Easter yet? Jeez, you've risen.
He is risen, yes. Me. He is he. He is me.
You're Timothy.
I'm Timothy. Anyway, yeah, my team has risen pretty high to 8th place.
But Tommy!
Yeah, Tommy.
You have an opportunity to soil all that.
Well, so does Brittany. Brittany can purposely lose this week. And
she won't do that to you. She's too much of a simp.
Ooh, big accusation. But
yeah,
it's true. And that's good. It's a mutual simpage.
Would you be more pissed off if Tommy won or if Apple beat you straight up?
Apple. 100%. Fuck you, Apple. Absolutely. I do not want to lose to you.
Hey.
Just like I didn't want to lose to Zach. Just like I didn't want to lose to Eric. This year has not gone my way at all. And Apple, it would just be you know what? We'll call it the apple on top. Because that's what it would be. It would just...
Because he wants to turn you into applesauce.
Man.
But Apple, remember this. Just to add any motivation to you for this week, let's go back to week 5 when we were at the Airbnb and Devin was just shitting all over you. He had just beaten you the previous week and he was whooping your ass on the podcast. Remember that.
Go ahead.
Mamba mentality, is it there? I don't know. Are you clutch? You've hit some game winners at the gym. Can you hit this game winner week 14?
We'll see. But I like my chances. I am playing a little bit of a mind game right now. I have all of my players right there on my bench.
You might be
just waiting.
psyching yourself out here.
I might be, because it took me a good hour just before the game today, deciding if I wanted to pick up the Raiders defense or if I wanted to stick with the Seahawks.
Oof.
I think I made the right decision at this point. The Raiders just gave up an incredibly long touchdown for the Rams to win, and if I had that defense, I would be really upset.
There's a slight chance, because this is a two-edged sword here.
Yeah.
There's a slight chance that Deontay Foreman runs all over the Seahawks, just like Josh Jacobs did. And who has Deontay Foreman?
That would be Apple.
That would be Matthew Jonathan Apple. So, the government's coming out.
Ooh, yikes! Yeah.
But-
and this is public. You just got doxxed, brother.
But this is all big octagon here, and we're all connected.
Yeah. So I need you to lose, Apple. I need Tommy to lose, and I'll get my place back in the playoffs, and I will bring vindication. I will be the one to take Gifford down. What a crazy loop that would be if after all of this, after this entire season of you just mashing me, I come back to take you out of the playoffs. How hurt would you be?
Guys, if you guys allow that to happen, I might threaten to retire from this league.
Threaten to retire.
And if Devin wins the championship, I am retiring
100%
from this league. But listen to me, guys.
The league might dissolve at that point.
I have faith, and he can spend a year out of the playoffs. He's been there every year, I think. So he can sit and watch for once.
I don't want to.
For once in its egotistical life, he can watch. Because we all know Devin loves to play. He can watch for once.
I can't not play. And this will just hurt if I don't. So, Apple, do you really want to hurt me?
I think he does.
Yikes.
Brittany doesn't, though.
Up next, we have last week's competition and this week's competition. So last week, week 13, was the best loser. That award goes to Apple.
Is that $20 for Apple?
I don't know. I'll have to. We'll go over all of the winners of all the competitions again.
I know Omar has at least 15.
Yeah, I have, I believe, 15 or 20.
Yep.
It's been a fun year for competitions. Apple, you got it with 126.76.
Over Tatani.
Over Tatani, just barely, just this much. Tatani had 126.62. And yeah, so that is just rough for Tatani.
Right.
I don't know if he's had any competitions this year. He might have had one, but this one's got to hurt. In week 14, we are going to have the competition Travel Back. That means the team that scores closest to their week 1 projection.
I like that.
Yeah, so I'll go back all the way to week 1 just to see.
Well, you scored 110, I think. So
Yeah,
you're not
but
going to win this week.
It's not our scores, it's our projection. What we were projected to get in week 1.
Okay.
I believe I was projected for 135, something like that. So I will not be getting this.
I was in the 130s as well, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think that this one will be mine. But you know what will be mine? Is the spotlight. I'm going to take this time to go over a little poem with you guys.
You took my fucking mic. Are you fucking kidding
You
me?
may recall a couple weeks ago,
What the fuck?
I went over how my team is going to rise like a phoenix.
Oh my
And they have.
God.
My team has become that phoenix. They are full of flame. They are rising into the sky. They will make the playoffs at this point.
This guy's ego
So I found
is out
this.
of control.
This is called Know This by Nina Hayen. There's a fear lurking deep within that you can lose your will to try. That in time you will give in. That one day that flame will die.
You fucking serious?
But with every time you fail, you fall, you crawl, you fake your strength, and hope is frail.
This shit's
Know
so corny, bro.
this. You will not break. And honestly, that just touches my heart. My team will not break. We will not falter.
We hear this Apple.
We will continue to rise like the phoenixes we are.
Don't
and
let this
Apple.
happen, Apple.
You will die this week.
Don't let this happen.
Figuratively, I'm not going to kill you, man. But, you know. Man, doesn't it just give you goosebumps? You know, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, know this.
Yes.
Thank you, Nina Hayen, for
Yeah,
that.
sit your ass down.
Yeah. Can I have my mic back?
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Can I have my mic back?
Yeah, sorry. Something overcame me. I needed to get that off my
That's
chest.
how you're possessed.
Yes.
Yes.
Anyway,
So
that's it for me.
So, week 14, guys, always remember that the average size of a blue whale's penis is 8.2 feet long. See you in week 15. Playoff
That's like
time, baby.
3 mad apples, man. I'll see you in the playoffs.
Week
Goodbye.
15.